how to use GenAI in your daily work. Whether you're a product manager, engineer, or QA, or any work, marketing manager, you're working in any field, doesn't matter in software, how do you use the GenAI? What is the best use of it? And I'm not going to give you a rhetoric answer, which we can find everywhere, that this can change the world, this is that, this is that. No, but I'm going to tell you how actually can you figure out the things that you can work with the assistance of GenAI. Welcome to your personal coach, and today we are going to figure out how can you use the GenAI, and there is no one answer to it. All right, let's begin. Now, doesn't matter which profession you are. First, let us categorize how or which ways the Gen AI or AI can help us in our profession, right? So we all know that we can take advantage of Gen AI in doing the repetitive task. So whatever the repetitive task that we have, we can take advantage of Gen AI. Now, what we need to do is we need to come out of that solutioning mode where we say that let's use GenAI for some. So we are trying to create a solution using GenAI, and that's where we get stuck because nothing comes to our mind. We do not really know in which way we can use GenAI, right? And this is a very complicated problem. So instead, let's flip this situation. Let's flip it and let's see how we can handle. But first, let's categorize which way it can help. Number one, decision making. So it can help us in decision making process. Number two, it can make personalization. So we can do all these things with a great personalization for separate people and all that, right? For separate groups or for separate user groups, we can use it. The third is automation. We can always use the automation process. Now, how do you do it, right? What are the three areas that you do it now? First one is data analysis. Let's put what kind of things that you do. One, you do data analysis, right? The second thing that you can do is making experiments. You can experiment things with GenAI, right? And the third thing that you can do is documentation. Now, the most common thing that probably we are doing now is data analysis and documentation. However, generically, if you ask me, the most common thing that we are doing is documentation, maybe, right? But let's get in detail about it. Okay, so what is that, how you are doing? So if you have to do a decision making, we'll come to that, those three stages. But first, let's see what you can do with data analysis. So you have data, you can go through, the AI can go through the data, it can identify the pattern and all that. We all know these stories. I'm not going to repeat it. I know you know about it because you must have seen many videos that data, we can identify data, it can identify the pattern and all that. It can do the experiments, it can do the automation and all that. But what we have to do is figure out or list down all the things that you do in the life. Do not come to the solution mode. Come to the problem mode and see what are the problems that you solve every day. What are the things that you do? What are the things that take most of your time? What are the things that you think are repetitive? What are the things that you think is something which is waste of our time? What do you think that if these things are the set of the things which are something which does not really fit my skill set or something like that? So what do? You list down all those items, all those work items that you have, and then prioritize those. Okay, these things take most of the time and all that, and then try to find if there is any solution with GenAI. Can you take the assistance of GenAI to solve those problems? So GenAI is a solution. So you are already making solutions after solutions, right? And you'll not get into the solutions unless you know the problem. You have to solve problems. And if you have to solve problems, what you need to do? You need to ensure that you know your problem better. So first thing, these are the things that you do for decision making. These are the things that you do for personalization. These are the things that you do for automation, or it needs automation. These are repetitive tasks. Now, how can you take the use of AI to faster this process, or make this process efficient, or remove bugs, or latency, or redundancy, whatever it is. And these categories like data analysis, experimentations, documentation, these could help you understand, okay, what kind of assistance can I take. Do I so in case of, for example, in case of decision making, so what kind of what kind of categorization do you need? You need to have data analysis, because how would you make a decision? You make a decision with by analyzing data, identifying pattern, and then you support your decision through data, right? In with documentation, you can do a lot of things which we are generally doing with the documentation, right? We are summarizing things, we are trying to make a brief out of it, or we are writing something through the chat gpt or any GenAI tools and all that, right? Or doing visualization and all that. Experimentation is also something that we can do. So overall, you are using these patterns to identify to figure out what can you do to solve the problems that you already have, existing problem, and then target the solution. Think like a product manager. Think have this product sense to solve your problem, rather than getting getting driven by the thought of finding a solution all the time. I hope that helps. Please put your comment, and I shall see you soon.